Good morning. Welcome to another Verbling class. This morning's class is headlines. We're going to discuss news around the world, what's making news, and we'll try and stay away from all the nasty stuff and try to focus on the positive that's going on. Good morning, Edson.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, and you?
Good. It's a cold day this morning.
Cold again?
Yeah, well, again, it's winter time coming up. It's going to be cold for a long time.
Nice. I'm gonna go to there because here it's pretty hot. It's getting hotter and hotter, and we are not gonna face any more winter. Just 1 week or 2 weeks, maximum 2 weeks.
Nice. That's
You
awesome.
get in trouble with with hotter. I had to put air conditioner in my room, otherwise it was not possible to sleep, to stay and things like that.
Yeah, well, when it's hot, you got to have an air conditioner.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just too hot. But yeah, I don't like the heat either. Oh, look, we've got a few others joining us. Wow. Okay. I was just talking with Edson. Good morning, Jose. Good afternoon.
Hello, Simon. How are you?
I'm just doing okay.
Okay.
Okay is good.
Okay, is good. Yes.
Now, Jose, I suggest you open up your browser and see what news you can find, because we're going to talk about news today. Headlines, things that are going on.
Okay.
Hello, Julian.
Hi Simon, how are you? What's going on?
Good. How are you this morning? Did you have a good week?
Yes. It's going well. Yeah. No, I arrived to my workout. I'm ready for the class.
Excellent. Well, we'll get started shortly. Hello, V.
Hi, it's been a long time.
I know it's been a very time.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's a nice sunny day here, nice and cool. The leaves are changing.
Oh, really? It is totally opposite here because there is a rain, cats and dogs outside.
I
So
love
we
rain.
are- Oh no, not in the storm like this.
Oh, I love that too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yes. All right. I'm going to continue saying hi. Hello, Wellington.
Hello, Simon. How are you? You don't look well.
I'm good, and I'm sorry. Well, I'm not well, actually. I'm getting over a cold.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but I have my little sheep here to keep me company for class. Make me feel warm and.
Okay.
Thanks, Wellington. Carlos, good morning.
Morning, teacher, and good morning, class.
Hi.
Good to have you with us, Carlos. We're going to get started shortly.
Thank you very much.
By the way, guys, I booked another class for the exact same time tomorrow morning. So if you guys are interested, there's a class available tomorrow morning at the same time. And David, hello, welcome back.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good, good. It's been a few weeks, I think, David.
I think it's because your schedule is kind of tough for me, and also because I have been very busy with work. And what is that? What is about the sheep? What is that?
Ship.
The sheep,
Sheep.
not the ship.
I'm not well, so the sheep keeps
Are you
me
being
warm.
sheepy?
Yeah, my kid leaves stuff all over the place. If I don't put it here, he'll end up stepping on it.
That's good. Good company.
Yes.
Does it warm you?
Oh, does it ever? Thanks, Edson. And Greg, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Well, listen, guys, we're going to get started. It's a full class, so the sooner we get started, the more talk time you will have. This class is called Headlines because we're going to talk about anything you can find in a newspaper. Now, there's people dying, there's wars going on, and if possible, let's try and avoid all that sad, depressing news and focus on some popular news, happy news. Maybe even search for happy news. I'll go to each student. I'll start by giving you each 2 minutes of talk time to talk about happy news. And at the end of your talk time, when you hear this sound, stop talking and I'll go to the next student. So let's see, who can I pick on? I'm going to start with Wellington today. And Wellington, I'm going to give you 2 minutes of talk time. Now, also, you can talk about movies. That's news as well. Lifestyle, cars, it's all news, right? They're all headlines. So see what you guys can find on the internet, in newspapers around the world, and let's have a conversation. Wellington, what's going on in your part of the world, or what are you reading this morning?
This morning I was I not read the news. I was reading about a blog of a journalist, a Canadian journalist that write about divorce, and the way that she writes is good, and it's a good. It was good what I read because she was married about a lot of time, and after 10, 15 years, she divorced, and after this, she discovered the life. She felt that after you be hard to return to get friends, to work, and so, but after the divorce, she discovered that travel is very fun, that is something that she likes, and so she discovered the world. And this she was written she was written about a divorce, but this we can relate to other things, other displeasures, other problems that happen in our lives, and after a problem we can discover other things, and it's good for us, I think.
Okay, good. So sometimes we have an event in our life that could be traumatic, but that doesn't always mean that life is going to be bad afterwards.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, next we have Virgilio. Hello, Virgilio. Good morning.
Hello, good afternoon for me. How are you?
Good afternoon, Virgilio. So what news are you reading about this morning? What's going on?
Well, I was trying to find a happy news, and it's difficult, to find a happy one. But I'm reading one, for sure. And I was reading about a new invent in life, which is a new TV that only works if you are smiling. So that TV has a kind of instrument that read your face and only works if you are smiling. If you are not smiling, the TV doesn't work. I don't know yet what kind of programs are running in, or will be running in that television. But I think it's a good way to start viewing a program with a smile in your face. because I'm sure you will feel a different way if you exert yourself to smile.
Well, and one of the reasons I agree with you, I think that's very important. I've given 3 links in group chat. Are their websites all about good news, happy news. And if in doubt, you guys can always check cat videos on YouTube. That'll always put a smile on your face, even if you don't like cats. So I agree with you. That's a good point. Smile. And that's why I say, you know, avoid all the news where all they tell you about is people getting shot and killed. Doesn't matter. The safest country you live in, people are going to get hurt or killed. Do you have to read about everyone? No. Focus on the positive. All right, thank you, Virgilio. V, what are you reading that's positive this morning?
Yeah, not this morning, but is that okay from last week?
Sure is, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many news I've read during the week. The first is the first visit of the Pope to the U.S., and then there's some shootings in a high school in the U.S., and I've just read a news about the sarcasm about something, the death in Turkey, and that is the latest news because I've just read 1 hour ago. So I think the big problem in this world is the war, because every day when I read newspaper, I see a story about Syria and the attack of Russian to back up for Syria to destroy.
But that's all bad
ISIS.
news.
Yeah, all of them are bad news. I don't know why, but it just appeared that when I caught it, I have no attention to it back. But my favorite thing is celebrities stuff. So and also I watch about the Voice US season 9 because I'm a huge fan of that, and it was premiered last week. So I'm watching the blind audition of The Voice since last week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's always exciting. I mean, movies and TV, it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of fun, and I'm a huge fan of NSC channel as well.
Oh, time is up, but you know what? In the next round, you'll get a chance to talk about that a little bit more, V. Julian, what are you reading? What's positive in the world this week?
What's possible in the world? I read about the new device for photovoltaic cells. It's a ball in plastic that have inside a photovoltaic cells, and the researchers in the Stanford University found that this device could get efficiency of the 50 and 60% of the.
What? 50%?
Yes, I don't know if it's true, but the news show that. And
it's incredible.
Yes, it's very incredible. And with this efficiency, the electric power by its solar energy could replace the energy by fuel source. That it's very and the infrastructure, it's very cheap because it's a basic of plastics. It's like a ball, a pool ball, like you play in the pool. It's like that. Inside, you put the solar cell. It's incredible. Maybe the ball works like a mirror and focus the energy and focus UV rays into the solar cells and make this efficiency. It's very, very, very good news for our planet and for all, because the problem now with alternative energies is the high cost related with the infrastructure and okay.
Thank you. Well, that's amazing, because you know what? Cheap energy is very expensive, like oil, the pollution, and all that. So that's absolutely terrific. So yes, cheap solar. I mean, efficiencies at 50%. That's amazing. All right. Thank you very much for that. Jose, what good news are you hearing in the world?
Okay. This morning I read an article about Edward Snowden, about an interview that made the BBC News to him. He is a whistleblower. He has told to everyone that the intelligence service from UK is the intelligence service from UK is be able to take over control whatever smartphone that they want, and they are checking all the smartphone for a long time. They are capable to hear all the conversations of the citizens. They can monitorize the smartphone that they want monitorize, and they can too pick up phone numbers, pick up information that you could have saved in your smartphone. I think it is a controversial topic, because after I read this article, I think the citizens don't have privacy, because in my smartphone I save some information that I wouldn't like that someone pick up this information from my smartphone. And now that I read this article, I don't save any information, any information that someone could pick up. I think very scared. I feel scared about it.
Yeah, you've got to be very, very, very careful.
Yes.
With that kind of thing, because
I have put the link.
Too.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, be very careful anything that you sign up to online that's free, because you're the product. Your information is not secure. So far, I use Apple smartphone, and the NSA and the FBI have been upset with Apple. They're suing Apple because apparently Apple doesn't have any back doors.
Yes.
So the government might eventually force Apple to do that, but until then, I at least feel relatively secure. But make sure you guys use long passwords when you're creating accounts online. Use strong passwords, okay? Right,
yes.
Thank you, Jose. Greg, what news are you reading about in the world today that's positive?
To be completely honest, it was hard for me to find positive news, because theoretically I should find many positive news, because the election is coming. So there's festivals of promises, which I always call festivals of lies. So I don't know. I was reading about the politics today, and I was reading one of the technical websites that one of the game producers, which was porting games to Mac in the past, they'll be porting 10 games to Linux. I'm sorry, 4 more titles, 4 more games to Linux, which could be good news today. I didn't find anything positive, unfortunately.
Well, not negative news, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure, because it's really important for me, especially for me, when people will be using will be more Mac and Linux users in the world, not 90% of Windows users who actually usually had always access to the cheap software. And we are one of the groups that always pay. It's never even a double, it's not even a, we paid 10 more times for the same application or for the same title, because that's the way how we will charge for the cost of the production of many applications, many titles, because always somebody show up who published something and the price was such ridiculous that we had a choice. We can pay for it and now, or we don't, and now we have more people who can make it cheaper.
Thank you very much. Yes, and speaking of people showing up, I've got somebody who showed up here to do work on my house, and I told them to show up before 10. And of course, they show up at 10, so they rang the door, I ignored them. It looks like they're getting ready outside. At some point, though, I might have to just go outside quickly and see what's going on, because they're starting the work and I haven't talked to them yet, and that's not good. So I do apologize, but we're going to keep going, and so forgive me if I do have to walk away for a brief bit. Edson, you're up next. What positive news are you hearing about?
One important news that I have heard about during this week was the fact that doctor found out a machine that it's possible to cure the disease called Parkinson disease. They put some equipment, some kind of lines of this equipment on your head, and the memory that you have just had, you are capable to see, he read your memory to talk about that. For example, like say you are talking about something with your friend, and then suddenly another guy call you to help him. Then you go help him, but when you return to your place, you don't remember what you were talking about. But using this machine, your brain by itself, it makes you remind your memory, remind you what you have been talking so far. It's a kind. It's not a. Actually, it's not a cure for the disease, but it's a kind of to exercise your brain to remember things that you talk about.
All right. I don't know if you guys noticed, I just snuck out for a little bit there, so I won't have to sneak out again. I do apologize, guys. I value your time very much, and when I set out to have a class, I don't like interruptions. And when I do contract work, and you probably guys have done this before, you've hired people to do stuff, they don't show up on time. So I just had to go outside, check to see what was going on, but don't worry, you're all mine for now. David, you're up next. Positive news that you've heard about this week.
Yeah, well, your news is not that good news, huh? they didn't show up on time.
Yeah.
Speaking of good news, here we go. But I used to subscribe to this magazine. It's called Old Magazine, but now it has changed to the Optimist magazine, and it's a magazine about good news around the world.
Yes.
So I was talking to a colleague the other day, not last night, but the other day, about that. And CNN has this show to honor 15 people, the heroes of the world.
Nice.
But I believe in this magazine you will find more heroes. They have never been recognized. And I remember that I was reading about this woman who is from Africa. I can't remember the country now. Hello, hi, he's so cute. What's his name? Well, that's good news.
That's good.
That's your good news every day, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to be sleeping. Go to bed.
So cute.
Oh, he dropped his, you guys, he's got his favorite blanket that he dropped.
Oh, wow.
Go back to bed, you little donkey.
That's your good news every day, right?
Well, you know, babies are great news. I wasn't kidding early when I talked about cats, YouTube videos. Because let's face it, guys, most news is negative. Turn it off. The internet allows you to search for the news you want. I'll give you more time, David, but water on Mars. Come on, how's that not a positive news story? Going to Pluto, that was pretty awesome. The movie The Martian or the movie whatever. Hey, that's not bad news, that's fun. What about a friend that had a baby? Good news. We got to stop focusing on the bad news, right, David?
Right. So anyway, this magazine is very good. And then I was reading this. I'm gonna read just very quick.
Go ahead. I took some of your talk time.
Yeah. So here we go. The benefits about reading good news, and these articles. They're making comments about the optimism, which is the name of the magazine, and they say that when you have optimism can protect you against depression and anxiety disorders and promote emotional resilience. They also can prevent. I mean, it's amazing, you know. And I think news is synonymous of bad news, so which is really sad. But what is the idea of bad news are the things that really sell. So yeah, avoid
fear.
Avoid
sells.
Fear sells. Sensationalism sells too. So go and read something good every day. You can find good news on online too. Just go good news today, and boom, you will find something good. So I'm done.
You're great, and I gave David more time, guys, because I spent a lot of his time talking. Another thing to harp on, I can't remember if it was V or Julian that mentioned this, but smiling, and I think smiling as well as what David just said goes a long way to having a better life. Look at your friends you have. The people who make you smile the most or the most fun, you want to be around them the most, and there's good reason for that. So that's why I wanted this class to be focused on the positive that's out there. It's there. It is there. And I want this to be a positive class. Some of my classes, conversation can be about very serious topics, and I don't mind that because it gets you guys thinking and talking. Instead of focusing on learning English, you're doing it. Okay, so next, Edson again, a different Edson. Oh, sorry, Carlos. I thought it was Edson. Carlos, you have 2 minutes. Tell me about some positive news that you read about today.
Well, maybe not today. And in fact, I don't like too much to read news at the newspaper because exactly the same idea you were talking about. Because the most part of the news you can read is all bad news, and I don't like that too much. I'm just take a little time, and maybe I can watch the television and CNN and looking for something in a short period of time, and that's it. Most part of the time, I'm looking for something in the internet to read something positive. If I go to a newspaper, it's only to see maybe the movies at the cinema, and maybe the lifestyle, and also the entertainment part, just for that. But a really good news that make a good impact on me was a few months ago. Like I read this a few months ago. It was about the cancer and the cure for the cancer. And
really?
Yeah, the scientist was talking about maybe a new way to solve this problem is in your own body. They make a study about a few people that become cured for the cancer by another disease. Let me explain that. For example, if somebody have the disease, have cancer, and go to a tropical, it was one of the case, and that person went to a tropical island and was infected with tropical disease by an insect, and then all his body, his cells become, I don't know, in one state to fight, and then like eliminate the cancer, and it was a good news for me, you know.
That is good news, and I think that's something similar to what they've talked about before in science, where you program a virus, you hijack a virus to fight a disease. Very interesting.
Exactly.
And of course, there's a science
Yeah.
fiction series called Aurora, where they use a similar approach. They use a virus to hijack, or they hijack a virus to make people stronger. It's all science fiction, but here's what we're going to do now, guys. I'm going to give you guys, see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups, so 5 so it's 20. I'm going to give you 5 minutes of talk time. I'm going to pair you up, and what I want you to do is to talk to each other about positive news. Here's why. You need to hear not just native English speakers like me, but you need to speak with other non-native English speakers, because in the world today, there's so much multiculturalism, you can't just focus on speaking English to a native English speaker. Okay, so that's why I want you to hear different dialects. So I'm going to pair up Wellington with Virgilio. And gentlemen, you have 5 minutes starting now. Go ahead, please.
Hi, Virgilio.
Hi, Wellington.
Okay. So, Virgilio, I only saw the title of your article that Australia Court, High Court, have ruled that a gene that increases the chances of to be a breast cancer on the breast was broken. And years ago, Brazil broke the patent to drugs to against the HIV. I think this kind of situation is complex, but sometimes it's good. It's good because we are talking about we are dealing with the body, our health of the people. I think it's a good news that Australia consider that is the discover a gene is not something that you create. What do you think?
Well, I couldn't hear you well, Wellington. I think you meant Australian government make medicament free to all people to use it.
No. The Australia, the High Court, they decided that discover a gene that increases the chances of something heavy cancer on the breast. Discover the gene is not something like so. It's not an invention. This way, other scientists can work with this gene and do drugs against the cancer.
Okay, I understood now. You mean that the bad virus of causes the cancer breast was discovered. Now it's and now it's a point where everybody can investigate from that point. It's a good point, to make the others know your advance in any field, because they allow the entire world and the entire mankind to be part of that advance. It's pretty cool from from the Australians. And you know, I think cancer has a psychological side. I think if you encourage yourself to overcome the cancer, you can do it. I don't believe so much in drugs to solve problems in your body. I believe more in your brain and in your mind. Uh, Sometimes the doctors give to the patients placebos, and they think are taking a good drug, and they overcome the disease. And it's incredible how the mind can influence your body and your mind. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. I agree in part, of course. I believe that your brain have superpowers, but because I say this because I had leukemia years ago, 10 years ago, and together with the treatments, I did many things. My humor was good. I had support of my parents, friends, and but I think both things help. The humor, the brain, and the drugs. I think both. We can't. We can only. Oh, sorry.
Thank you, gentlemen. And that's a very good point. The whole placebo effect, it's very, very important. You guys should read up on this. Even if you know you're getting a placebo, studies show that it works. Thank you very much, Wellington and Virgilio. V and Julian, you are up next. You've got 5 minutes to discuss positive news. Maybe start off with some introductions first, guys. Go ahead, please.
Hello. Hi, Vida. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Can you start first? Because like I told before, most of the news I read
No, sorry. Yeah, sorry, but I can't hear you. Your microphone is on. You are far away your microphone like that because I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Is that okay now? Because it is raining outside. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, a little bit more better.
Okay, so can you start first? Because most of the news I've read are the bad news. So I think if you have something positive, more positive, you can share with me. Okay.
Guys, you there? Hello? V?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Julian?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I think Julian's gone.
Hello. I have troubles. I have troubles with my connection. Sorry. I go out for a minute. Sorry.
Okay.
Can you continue, Julian, or shall I go on to Jose?
Yeah, let me check. I have a problem. Maybe.
Okay, so V, why don't you continue with Jose then?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, Jose. Jose. I hope you can hear me, Jose.
Jose? So all of a sudden we're having technical problems.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hi. Do you want to have a conversation with V, because we just lost the other gentleman?
Okay. You don't have any problem about it. What do you think, V, about living on Mars? Because I read an article about in few years it will be possible to live on Mars. I think a private company could pick up some people that it could be possible to travel to Mars for for a long time because it's not possible to come back to the Earth. They'll have to live in Mars until they die. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I have the same idea with you at the moment it's quite impossible for human beings to live in Mars. It is so coincidence because I've just watched a movie about Mars last week. Maybe bring him home. About the journey of a man he lost in the Mars and he had to struggle so much to survive there. But I think it's just the motion picture because it's not real. There's so many things we cannot inspect, we cannot expect, we cannot guess. So right now it's impossible for human beings to think about that. And I think most of ideas just on paper. So, but do you believe in the future that human beings can make it? Do you believe in our future?
I think now it's impossible because Martha don't have the
Water?
the requirements for living there because I think the researchers are not in the good direction because I think if the people go to Mars, they could be in troubles because
Time is up, gentlemen. Oh, I love that discussion about Mars too.
okay.
I think it's kind of a dream. At least it's been a dream for about 100 to 200 years that Mars is a livable planet, that we can live there. I'm one that doesn't believe that that's possible. What makes Earth such a livable place is we have a magnetic field, and that's what protects the planet. Without a magnetic field, I think that's what probably killed off Mars. But you know, as far as domed cities, yeah, that would be possible. But great topic, guys, great topic. Okay, Greg and Edson, are you gentlemen ready to have a conversation about positive news, maybe even continue the Mars story? What do you guys say?
Hello, Greg.
Hello. So I don't know it is positive. I don't know it is a false information or not, but could be surprising that on one of the social websites there was created an account suggesting that Pepsi will produce own smartphone. I don't know if it's true or not, but what do you think that one of the producers at Pepsi will be just change their field of production, or their standard field of his production in this case?
Oh, I would say not about this topic, but about Mars. But I say that I believe that it's possible to create not to kind of create or transform the atmosphere of Mars to be able to civilize to make a civilization on Mars, to change the, because the scientists have been finding a kind of water that they called that it's water, it's possible water. When if you looking back in the past, you're gonna see the other planets. They were formed as well because they were just a little amount of gases. And by the way, it's Earth as well as gases, and then from the gases originates the life, dinosaurs, and us, like human beings. And I believe that in Mars is gonna be the same. In a couple of years, they will find water and bacteria, and it's gonna be possible to go to Mars to civilize Mars, and not just Mars, like Pluto or any other planets. That's it's possible to travel to there and start civilization. What do you think?
Okay, let's talk about Mars. So one of the things that I'm worried about. If we think about the Mars, how are you going to? What will be the cost of the production of a spaceship that could help us to land on the Mars? Do you think it will be too expensive for us, or it will be, I don't know, cheaper when we'll start to make more of the spaceship? If we think about it, the man didn't really land on the Mars. So what's your opinion about it?
I believe that it's gonna be very expensive, but on the other hand, we are gonna destroy a little piece of the Earth, but we are gonna start civilization on Mars, and this is the most important because in a couple of years, I believe that life on Earth is gonna be kind of impossible, you know. And that's the reason why scientists are trying to find a way to civilize Mars, maybe. What do you think?
Well, personally, you said that life on Earth will be impossible in the future, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Well, that's my view. Doesn't mean that is going to be the, I've been wrong before.
Yeah. So, well, it could be possible that our planet, I don't know, will be probably one of the places that we cannot live anymore. But on the other hand, I'm worried about if we will be on the Mars, we have a spaceships, the whole process of migration from one planet to the other, and later we'll have to find the materials because we are talking about the water, but we don't. I don't know. I didn't read about the Mars. Do you think that we found materials that we could use to civilize Mars for our own needs?
Yeah, like as we start we start the life on Earth, the on Mars is gonna be the same. Like we're gonna there. Of course, we're gonna start living in the house like aircraft and spacecraft, and then as soon we get the floor, the ground of the Mars, we are not.
And
Our time is over.
It is up, and you know what? It's a good conversation. Now, let me introduce some vocabulary here. So when you're talking about Mars and habitating Mars, making Mars livable, the term used by scientists, especially planetary scientists, is terraform. That is the process of making, developing an atmosphere, making it breathable, growing plants, creating precipitation. It has nothing to do with building cities and stuff. It's more about making the planet livable, terraforming, which literally means earth forming. All right, next and last we have David and Carlos. Gentlemen, what
Hello, Carlos.
have you read about?
No, David.
Well, why don't we focus on the benefits of learning a second language since we are speaking a second language?
Oh, excellent.
So I was reading this article, and there are many benefits. Can you mention one, Carlos?
Even if we don't believe that, but in our brain something good is happening because we become more, even more smart than we are before. That happened.
Right.
That happened.
Right. One of the benefits I was reading in this article is that if you learn a second language, you can stall dementia or Alzheimer's. In other words, you can put it off later on than people who are monolingual, which is fantastic. So
Great. Yeah. It's a good news.
right. Also, we get more understanding of other cultures.
Yeah, for
And
me that's the best part of all. When you can talk with another person in his own language, it's amazing. It's
it is
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
Why is so amazing?
Excuse me?
Why do you think it's so amazing?
Because you don't have nothing that stop you. You don't have nothing that you can say, well, I cannot talk with that person. I cannot just have a relation with that person because by the language. But if you know, you can just do it, and you don't have any. Well, you don't have nothing to stop you.
Right. But also, I think also improve your understanding of the culture, and also it would prevent conflict with that with those people. You know, because sometimes the reason that we have so many conflicts, besides the the selfish problems that we have, is also the idea that we do not get across ideas very well. We do not understand the culture. We make judgments, and then we have conflicts, right?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe yes. Yeah, it's true because, yeah, for example, here in Occident we have a different culture than in Europe, and even more that in Asia, for example,
Right.
Chinese people are not the same that us.
Hmm.
They don't have the same habits, the same way to think. Is a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Right. One thing also they mentioned that polyglots are seen to display improved decision-making abilities. In other words, if you speak a second language, you are more able to make better decisions. Do you think it's true?
Well, I don't know that. You know.
Well, you speak a second language. You think you're getting better at making decisions?
Maybe because your brain is better adaptable to think or something like that. But I don't know that. You know, I don't know that. It's possible. Eh? Who knows?
Right. But also, this is something that is true. This is also speaking a second language enhance the learning of other subjects when you are in school and college.
Yeah.
That's also very important too.
Yeah.
Right.
Even when you're learning another language, you improve your ability to understand more. You know, when you, for example, if you are learning English right now, then when you want to learn another language, it's more
Right.
easy to you. It's easy. You know.
What do you think is easy? What do you think is easier? You're right, but what do you think is easier?
Well, because it's your mind, how your mind works, how your brain works.
Mhm.
Because when you are learning something, if you're working, it's like a muscle. When you're working your muscle, you adapt your muscle to resist more waste, you know, and that
Mhm.
happens with your brain. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Very good. And the last one here is that language also helps you to learn your first language. Remember, because we have to know what is a verb, what is an adverb, what is a preposition. Remember?
Yeah, yeah,
I remember like
exactly.
I don't remember that. So you have to know all these terminologies, right? So you can learn a
Exactly.
second language, so you make you more aware of your first language too.
Exactly. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I didn't see that before, but yeah, it's true.
It's true.
It's
It's
true.
very true. Okay. So well, I'm glad.
I think.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. I think another thing you can get when you learn another language, sorry, is where the opportunity, in the economic opportunity. You know,
Right.
you have a better salary, maybe
Right.
you can get another job, maybe, and it's
Right.
good. It's good.
Right. You have more. I think it's better for your resume, but in terms of job opportunities, you have more chances to get more jobs. Yeah. Time is up.
Yeah, no, opportunity. That's a huge part in this, right? I think everybody here knows this. When you learn another language, you improve your own language, right? So I think that's a very, very good point. But it certainly creates more opportunities. People who only speak one language are very impressed by those who can speak more than one, obviously assuming they're smarter than them. But one thing is for sure, it certainly creates other opportunities. You okay? Well, my wife speaks 3 languages, so she should be smarter than me then.
She is. Sorry. Accept
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Thank you for that. Well, gentlemen, I just can't get over how beautiful a day it is here. Like, you can just see that it's sunny. It's not warm, though. You see me in a T-shirt, but let me tell you what temperature it is here.
It should be the fall, right?
It is.
Amazing. And you're in Canada. Well, my God, this is like a treat for you guys.
It's 48 degrees right now.
Oh, okay, that's cold.
Yes, it is.
But it's
But
gorgeous.
this is how I'm dressed.
Oh my goodness, you're like a penguin.
I'm British. We're used to the cold weather. So I've done the same for tomorrow. Now tomorrow's supposed to be warm and 72 degrees.
Oh man, that would be the best weather. The 70s and sunny. Oh.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to teach outside again because, you know, this is just beautiful. I'll sit out back and it's a conversation class. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but, you know, that will depend on tomorrow. I basically will ask everybody's input.
Cold, I think it's better than just a little hotter.
Yeah, I agree. No, this is my time of year. I love this weather. So, you know, that's really good. Yeah, 48 is cold. I'm aware of that. It's about 9 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, yes.
But
for us Brazilians, it's very cold.
No, it's cold,
you northern
for everybody.
Brazilians.
It's cold for everybody, except for Simon. He's fine.
Well, here's
It's
another
one of
word
the
for you
best
guys.
temperature.
He's like a polar bear. You know, he's enjoy the cold weather.
We would refer to this temperature as brisk.
Brisk.
Only in Canada.
Brisk, yes.
Okay.
Well, no, not just Canada. In Europe too.
This
Yeah,
is the
so-
temperature that it's supposed to be along during the year.
Oh, I don't know if I could take that every day, but you know what? If this was the nighttime low, yeah, I would love it if this was the temperature at night, and then it warmed up to 75 degrees during the day.
So when does it start getting really cold? In a month or so?
Give it a week or two.
Oh, that fast, huh? Oh my.
It goes quickly. A week ago, it was 75 degrees outside. Now here we are at 48, going up to 55 today. Snow could start in as few as 2 weeks.
Tell me when it starts to snow.
Yeah, well, you'll know, you'll see it. The coldest is really January. That's when it gets. You do not see temperatures above freezing.
Well,
Take care, V. Well, guys, I should let you go. Thank you so much for coming today. I love the conversations you guys have, and I'm so happy that you guys actually stuck and chose positive news to talk about, because I think it's more fun, isn't it? Don't we have more fun?
yes, it
Yeah.
is more fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's difficult.
it is.
It's difficult to find them because
Well,
I was.
I think if you know where to look, that makes a difference. We're so used to being presented with bad news that it's hard. We just got to learn to where to find the good news.
Because nowadays you squeeze the television and just blood drops.
No, it's not
Yeah.
really about the television. I have a subscription to some websites, and even there it was really hard to find something positive or something that has some kind of meaning for me, because the news was so neutral in some cases that didn't brought anything useful for me for this class.
Yeah, you're right. It's very difficult, but as Simon said, if you have you know where to go, it would be easier for you.
Yeah. I
Well, what we
find
can do tomorrow, if you guys come up tomorrow, when I ask for suggestions, say, hey, let's pick some positive news stories or positive things to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm happy to drive that agenda.
Sure. Amazing.
Okay, guys?
Okay.
All right, well, hopefully I'll see
Thank
you all
you.
tomorrow. Thank you for coming, guys, and we'll see you again next class.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye
Keep on
bye.
enjoying your day.
Thank you.
Good, Richard. Take care.
Bye.